Hello there. Hello.
Welcome on in, everybody. Thank you ever so much for the raid. I'm sitting here going, do I turn on the handoff or not? I have no idea. But welcome on in. Thank you, everybody, for coming by.
Hello.
Nian, I think it's a Poppy raid, not a Popoy raid, but that's okay. All good. All right, so welcome in, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I'm not on mute. Woo! Actually, there's a sticker for that. I probably would be. I get 2 dings for that. Well, that's great. Let's hope that's a good thing, I guess. I got dings for stuff I don't even know what they're there for. All right, so I hope you guys had an absolutely fantastic time. I know that there were some hiccups along the way. A little birdie told me. That said, right, drop is being janky. That's okay. All good. Where did I put? Do we have any vertical chat for you guys? We do, but it's in the wrong spot. Just give me a quick sec to drop down a shade. There we go. That's better. Better for my head. All right. Boink. All right. Now you guys can sort of see your own chitter chatter. If you want to drop, that's exclamation point drop. Those of you who've seen it, who have watched Local Brickshop with me, his uses play because he's tied the parachute drop to the start of the marbles game. I have not done that, so the default is exclamation point drop. Alrighty, let's see if we can roll this on in. So we are here for something a little different, and it just so happened that the target ended up on top of the stream logo, which it's not supposed to do. But today's Weird and Wild and Wonderful is, today we are building the house from up. And we have janky lighting, as per usual. You know, that's the way it goes around here. But we're going to start right from scratch, right from like opening the box. My earlier plan was that I was going to Hey! Thanks, James. Well, I have a lot of fireworks. Fox. Okay, fine. Fine. You want to see the back? You can see the back. Alrighty, so Fox says that we need to see the mess in the back. Let's just take off the filters. Oops. Face cap's a little twisted. Give me a second. Apologies. You guys get to see the fun of me adjusting things. Or not. There we go. That's a bit of it. So, if I move my head out of the way, so kind of, sort of, maybe, you can see I have just a bit of Lego with me. However, for those of you who are interested, right over my shoulder, right in here, you'll see this is the roof of the train that we finished building the other day with an absolutely fantastic locomotive. Yeah, just a little bit. I'm not done yet. You can see there's some boxes to come. So, let's put the filter back on and get back into the Lego screen. Close. Lego. Filters, where are you? Filters. And there we go. Close. All right, so just a little bit of Lego. Yeah, I have decided that I'm actually really enjoying doing Lego once a week. I like doing Minecraft the other days of the week, and I may even do one non-Minecraft game, or at least non-Java build Foxbury related day of the week where it's going to be something else. And so one way or the other, we need a bit of a break. But the Lego stuff, we finished up the train on Friday. We're starting this one today. We'll see how far we get in the approximately hour and 40 minutes we have left. Excuse me. And see if we can get this one done. And then you guys saw in the back, I have a number of boxes of Lego that's waiting to come. For those of you that are used to the streams, where we usually have a redeem that says, build Lego for 5 minutes. What I've been doing with those is Lego brick heads. So the shorter brick head kind of things. I've got a number of those that are, at the moment, all Harry Potter themed. It's the nature of it. Hey, Lyric! The stream is starting great and only going up from here. Exactly. Okay, so let's roll this on back and say hello to all the fine people just before we get too far into this. Ding dong! First here. That's actually not bad. Squirrel. Yeah, I really planned to have a bunch of redeems involving various different up-themed stuff, and I instead spent time with the family today, wandering around. We went to a Lego shop, and we dug around for pieces for another project I've got going. Not Lego related directly, but needed some Lego minifigs. Okay, so rolling back to see who has dropped in. Thank you very much, James, for actually being first. Not just that he redeemed it now, he actually was first, quite literally. He even beat Fantastic Sherlock Fox in there. All right, and then thank you ever so much, Poppy, for bringing in your crew. I really appreciate that. I recognize it's stream weekend this weekend, and I am very pleased to be a part of that and all that wonderfulness that this community entails. There's all kinds of crazies and all kinds of wonderful people, and often they're both. Let's see what else we've got. Do want to double check, make sure I haven't missed anybody. Fantastic Sherlock Fox is Johnny on the spot with all those shoutouts. That's great. So always good to see you, Neon. Welcome aboard. And one I can't pronounce, and I do apologize. What have we got? More. Haku, yay, raid! I'm not on mute. Yes, the number of times I'm on mute, it is actually really high on my to-do list to create a muted command that counts and laughs at me in some way. But usually it's the style that would be like #derp. Alrighty. Hey there, Tom. Good to see you. Join? Yeah, join is for the Hill Champion thing. So that'll come at some point in the stream. Unless I have to redeem it myself, but either way, it's still there. What else have we also got here? Yeah, I think we're catching up to most of it, because there's a bunch that are quiet and not saying a whole lot. We're going to see what is up so Lyric can have a good answer to his question. And I think we caught everybody. So there's a number in, and if you're just lurking, having dinner, chilling out, spending time with your evening, you know, doing your thing, getting your kids to bed, whatever works, I am glad to see you nonetheless. I was listening back to Friday's video. That's ! join for the Hill Champion game. And Lyric, oops, Lyric is now my biggest fan. And thank you very much for redeeming Hill Champion. So anybody who wants to be on a Hill Champion, type ! and join. LTTs the Eurolist, probably. ITTs, there we go. You know what? I am being challenged, and apparently I actually need to use something to get the box open with. And once again, I forgot to bring my super cool knife, but that's okay, it's in the scout backpack where it belongs. Right. They haven't given any easy way to actually open this box. So I'm having to destroy it. That's okay, I guess. Lego, please be consistent, okay? Alright. So for those of you who haven't seen the movie Up, twofold comments. One, parts of it are incredibly quotable and incredibly goofy. And two, the beginning, as Pixar movies often do, is quite the tearjerker. So today, if we were using the paper book, we would be doing about 127 pages worth of stuff. So I will point out while we're here, because it's hard to see in the little PDF I've got in the corner there. We actually have, being Disney, we actually have a little, where is he here on this page? Okay, so we have a little character. There's a spot where it works. A little character in this case, right in here, and you'll see, yes, I know that didn't, there we go. You'll see that as we go that he will get further and further along his little line on the bottom, and that'll give you a rough idea if, should you, need to step away, or just kind of curious how long this thing would go on if we've got a chance to get it done tonight or not. So he starts on one page, and then as we get closer towards the end, it's not that far in. Yeah, so we start getting to the point where you can see that he makes it onto the second page, and he's just like crawling his little way across. So that's a good measurement of where we're at. And how many bags do we have today? 4 at least. Ooh, stickers. Always good. I love stickers. I was listening back to my video on Friday and I made some cheesy comment towards the end about crinkles, and then I went and crinkled a bag on the microphone like this. And the weird bit was in that particular video, or VOD, oddly enough, there was no sound picked up from that. And I was going to say, well, thank heavens for the filters for that, but it is sort of weird. I've never had that happen before that I can recall. All right, 1, 2. I just tend to dump things, throw them on the floor. I just throw them on the floor to begin with, because that's a little bit easier to clean up later on. So I do apologize to those whose streams I missed today, or those that I was deep lurking. Yesterday I watched a few streams, and then today I figured I had to get off my duff and actually do something. No crinkle sound today either? Aw, you guys got gypped. The best, the best. That's okay. I'll have to add one afterwards. Okay. This one. Yes, I love the brick separators. Okay. But because we have the opportunity, out goes the orange, and in comes the teal. It matches the table, but also it's not orange. So it's not anti-Zerk.
2, 4, 6, 8,
Everybody hydrate. That's everybody, you, me, anything you got? You should add a crinkle sound, or do you make it sound like some sort of potato chip bag? That would be ideal. So I was thinking about it on Friday, and it turns out that sorting is worth it for me, but actually bothering to put it in trays, if I don't have to, is a huge waste of time. Oh, come on. I'll show you in just a sec what that happened. They've got Russell in this box, which is, you know, my namesake, or where it came from, I guess. And that's fantastic, but the oh come on bit was referring to the fact that they have glued in his hair. As in, it's not a piece that you snap another piece onto, it's a one-piece hair thing. But I will try to get the camera to zoom in a little bit on the, here. Oh, I have it hidden somewhere. There we go. Properties. Our zoom is full. Okay, guess that's all we got then. But I will try and get it to focus in on the front of his printed body, or the torso, because it looks really cool. For those of you that are familiar with Russell, he's basically a wilderness explorer, aka Pixar's version of a Boy Scout, or just, pardon me, a Scout. Wow, I can't believe I said that. And so he's got a whole ton of badges on the front of his outfit, and they've given you a lot of detail on that, which I thought was amazing. Okay. And he's got stubby legs! Alright. Okay, that's probably close enough. I don't know what's got me going this evening, but I am sneezing a lot, so you may catch the odd actual sneeze, but I will try and mute as I possibly can. This one there. Okay. You got teal with your flowers, and non-anti-Zerk was the first thing I thought too. Well, I mean, they make them in both colors, and of the two, I just like the teal colored plastic better. I've got some of the really old ones that we got gifted from a friend, where the really old ones are actually like this sort of mid-green, possibly a little bit darker. The disadvantage to those ones is back in the day when they did brick separators, they really did not bother with what's the word? With thinking that you might actually need a wedge-shaped end to peel things apart. So you can't actually separate much with the old ones. They're really rather useless in that category. Let's see. Oh, that'll be the day. Hey, FSF, did you know you just magically got a brother? Well, go ahead and lyric and laugh. Honestly, he's a one and only. Fantastic Sherlock Fox is a one and only, so I do not have a brother-in-law, and I pity him for the fact that he does. I mean, mine's a bit kids will be kids, you know, when they're younger, but as an adult, you would think some of them would grow up, and most of the time my brother has, and other times I kind of wonder. I really do kind of wonder sometimes. All right. You've got a head cold? Yeah, I don't know what it is. I think it's dust. Like, I've moved things, but then I'm horrible about dusting my Lego. I should do more. But now that we've got the summer, well, we call it the summer fans. Basically, now we've got the furnace blowers on. It's shoving all the dust around. And most of the time I'm fine, but every once in a while.
Hello.
That does not make sense. So, anyways, we have that. No, we've got some funky little pieces in here. I'm looking forward to seeing how we are going to be using forks. That's going to be fun. I mean, I know Russell might have one in his backpack, but we've got forks and we've got, looks like a frying pan. So that'll be a fun one to see. And we've got the little sort of chocolate bar style. All right, 1, 2. Let's see, Russell's head. We have a compass. Okay. I have already picked out what we're going to use for the stream box. Of course, understanding that I'm building Legos, so I'm not going to be putting it in the stream box. But early in the movie, well, actually, I got a couple ideas, I guess. Maybe I shouldn't say I know what I'm going to put in. But early in the movie, Russell, our fine little scout, annoys our main character. And so as he's I guess, trying to help them. He's like, oh, yeah, we've got to find our way out of this place. That's great. I know exactly how. And he pulls out his GPS unit and then promptly loses it to the wind. So I'm tempted to put in a compass because they give you one right in there. Hard to see in the lighting, but yeah, they give you a compass. But I'm tempted to put in a compass, and we'll see if that's going to be reasonable or if it would make more sense to put in something else, like a chicken feather. And that seems weird with doing Lego, but there's a big bird in the movie, and they name it Kevin. And Kevin is huge, but I mean, that makes sense just to have a feather. We can only get the one color. That's better than kicking the pants. All right, so this should be enough that I can at least get started and, you know, see where things are. I'll probably make a mess as we go, because you do. All right, so we're starting with rolling this on and see if we can get the blah, blah, blah out of the way. It has to teach you how to use a brick separator. That's kind of sad. James is off, hopefully, to a short meeting. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, poor James, it's Monday. Monday.
Welcome.
Or Monday, Ruddy Monday. I had his head. There we go. You know you've got a really strange life when your life is like happy? See? Happy or like stressed happy, but it's still happy. Let's go with the joyously, ridiculously happy. Why not? And Russell's little black hair. Come on, hat. Don't let Delenn be defeated by a hat. Okay, there we go. So now we have Russell being too happy for his own good, and I did not pay attention and put the clear piece in. So it's hard to put his backpack on. There we go. Hair's crooked again. Whatever. Close enough. And he's got his legs. So I'll show you the printing. So on the back, it's hard to see now that I've got that clear piece in there. He's got his scarf. We call it necker. And then and his sash on the back side. But on the front, they've given him a whole lot of stickers. Not stickers, sorry. Badges. So I love the fact they've got this much detail on the custom printed torso. That's pretty awesome. And they even have a detail that I will grab my mechanical pencil to point out. Where did I put that? Maybe. There we go. Okay, so details for those of you that are familiar with the movie. Right in the end of the pencil there's a little gap. You can't really see it very well, but that gap is critical to the storyline because Russell's got almost all the badges a wilderness explorer can get except one. I can't remember exactly what it's for, but towards the end of the movie, that's where he ends up putting the a soda bottle cap that's like a grape soda cap that he gets given by our main character. So there we are. There is Russell. Hey Mike, good to see you. Welcome on in, welcome. And welcome in, Sachet. Chicken has been recurring theme, so that tracks. Yep, that would track. So, I mean, it's either chicken or, I saw Max's earlier and he was having to do a lot of flying, so a feather would be a bad pun on that front as well. Okay, so we'll just set Russell off to the side and pick him up later. He's my little mascot for the evening. We're already almost half an hour in, and I'm impressed the time's going that fast. So, as we go through, I believe, do I have Lego? Did I allow? Oh, I didn't allow the text games. Shame on me. Okay, I'm just going to hide the question of the day. We don't need that today. There we go. Back to Lego. Alright, so it is hard to see. My apologies. So if you have trouble reading the text on the screen, the Geek Out does show in chat when it's initially triggered. So the Geek Out topic at the moment is fantasy topic, 2 films in which a character dies and comes back to life. So that's just one of those things that if you guys want to crowdsource the answers, great. If not, don't worry about it. It's just something to do. Oh, right, yes, it's the assistant, it's the badge for assisting the elderly. That's right, Lyric, because he was making such a big deal. Russell was making such a big deal out of helping Carl. And he just would not go away, which is part of why he's still on Carl's porch when the house takes off. It's the Ellie badge! Yes. Actually, it's funny, even though it says grape soda on the one in the movie, I've been thinking about changing my, my logo for the channel to be a grape soda badge like that, like somewhat similar. It says Delenn Russell across the middle, or at least saying Delenn. So yeah, Delenn Russell would probably be cool. And that's where at the moment the idea is just floating, because I get all these cool, excited ideas and I want to, action them yesterday and on, and then they become the list that is someday. It's not even someday TM because they can't stay focused long enough to TM them. Although I will say, for those of you that had the luxury of the time to be able to stick around and watch Amnator last night, not only was she amazing with her blind bingo and had an absolutely amazing technical mod, who was very good at getting help when necessary, but the team made her whole stream amazing, and I love the overlays. So I know who I might tap on if I need something new done for the overlay world. I'll put these in. Yeah, I had to ask really, really, really nicely because I loved that tool of James's. Although I would have paid for it. I would pay for it. Okay, so it looks like we're building Russell's backpack, which would be why he didn't have any accessories in his hands. Okay, he's got a cup, a mug hanging from it. And this is where the fork comes in, so that's probably why we have a spare fork. Although I'm a little disturbed that it's out horizontal. I mean, you back into somebody and they're in the hurt box. And here's his frying pan. There we go. That was cool to watch. I would definitely watch that again. I suspect if one was being super duper serious about being good at blind bingo, which she was definitely being good at it. But what I mean is she wasn't being super serious because she was enjoying chatting with all of us. Shame on her. Okay, what did I miss? Missed putting a clip on of some sort. Don't think so. There's 2 little tubes. Right. And I'm kind of wondering how binoculars... Oh, I see, okay. I I didn't realize there is a hole on one side of the binoculars. There is a little bit of a dip, so I can clip them on like a stud. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, it was really cool to watch, but I think she did a great job talking to all of us and keeping all of us in the loop with what she was working on and what she was doing. And I think that works really well. And if she was being super competitive about it, I have a funny feeling it would be a bit more nose to the grindstone. Everybody shut up, I'm busy, and just keep going. But one of the things I had said to James and crew was that even if I was just watching someone play, I would love to have the tool so I could click along, kind of like I had actually sat there with a great big bingo dauber and knocked everything off while she was playing. Not for any competition reason, just I find that sort of thing fun. Here's Russell, and the little backpack just connects onto him. That's actually an awful lot of weight. No wonder he had problems. Probably would like fall over. Okay, so that let's see. Does he actually stand up? Not particularly. If I twist the mug so that he's not actually leaning on the mug, yeah, he falls over backwards onto his backpack. So that's why the mug was pointed downwards. It's because in essence he's leaning on his mug. Sort of. Alrighty. So there's our little Russell with his cute little backpack.
Hello.
And he's back up to the side again. Hello! It's like playing actual bingo. Ross wanted to buy this set so bad. Yeah, Fox is on Johnny on the spot, isn't he? I love it. Malco says, I like playing actual bingo. I've never actually played real bingo in a bingo hall, but I totally will be that person someday. However, some of the senior friends I have through dance definitely play their bingo, but they love it for the social factor because they tend to go to a hall where they don't get told to shut up. Like the numbers will go under a camera and pop up on the screen. And so the old ladies just sit there and chat with one another, just to basically shoot the breeze and, have their coffee and whatever while the numbers are coming up. And then every once in a while, their coffee will be punctuated by somebody in the hall going, bingo! Like you see in the little GIF that people love to put in DC's Discord. Real bingo is fun. Me and my work partner go every Monday night. Okay, if somebody does bingo, like you do, Ross, can anybody explain to me what on earth is the draw for a meat bingo? Like, why? I'm hoping it's still the game and the meat just happens to be like a nice side effect bonus. But there's some people that seriously want to go in for meat bingo and meat raffles and all that stuff, and I don't understand.
Welcome.
Yes, a meat bingo. So what I mean by that is, if you've ever seen one, a meat raffle is done very similarly, but if you win your card, you get to come up to the front or wherever their table for it is, coolers and stuff, and you choose what styro tray of meat you want to take home. Yes, Mike. Yes. Although, on the other hand, my answer to that is invite her to go clogging. That works too. There's a few that are very, very sweet looking, and then they mess up a step and they cuss like a sailor. It's really kind of funny. But it's all under their breath, so you don't necessarily notice unless you're standing next to them. Which is kind of disconcerting if you've never heard it before. Yeah, so that's what a meat bingo is. Ross says, I don't know, we go and eat snacks and cheer for random people who win. I do like those ones when people go to a bingo hall or whatever and somebody wins and the whole room goes, yay! It's kind of fun. I've said I've never gone to play. I used to sit in the corner when I was a kid with my novel while my grandmother would play. When I was up in her trailer park in the summer, and no, it's not trailer park usually, it's like, travel trailers. And she would move up there in May and move back to the city in October and just have a whole bunch of friends. And just every week she'd walk into town and play bingo. So when I would visit for a week, I'd go up with her and I'd sit in the corner with my adventure, fantasy, whatever novel, and read while they were all playing bingo. I got invited to sit with the older ladies. I'd still have to sit and do something on my own because they never paid for a bingo card for me. But, yeah, that was what they were doing. Maybe meat bingos are an Aussie thing too. I don't know. The internet does weird things. I didn't pay much attention because I had that on mute, so I didn't disrupt the kids when I saw a video about it. Ow! Don't do that. It hurts. If you miss and press too hard, you can scrape your knuckles pretty good. Hey Nader, so happy to actually be present on a Delenn stream because it's the day and I'm on holidays. You're on holidays? Seriously? I'm so used to the Aussie calendar being reverse to mine that I really did not expect you to be on holidays. So, like, I guess if I do the math, yeah, like fall-ish. And I didn't expect holidays quite so soon. But then again, we get holidays in the fall, so why not? Don't worry, James. In this case, neither of you have a banhammer in this one. Yet. Actually, on that very note, I don't know if she's here this evening, but I am pleased to announce to the stream, and I only asked her a couple nights ago, so she may not be comfortable with this. Like she said yes. But I wanted to say that I am very pleased to announce that we have added a new mod to the Come and Go team of Delenn mods, and I mean that quite seriously, as in if my mods are unable to be here, they don't have to be here. You know, mod when you're here, and when you're not here, that's just the way it goes. And so our new mod is, welcome aboard to Mama Bear 65. She very kindly accepted my offer and has been very supportive to the group already. So basically I'm just handing her the hammer and she can do that on top of whatever it is she already does, because she's usually welcoming people and saying hello nonetheless, being very Johnny on the spot with copy pastes of answers that were previously given if the person who posted originally can't make it. Your long holidays are December and January. That's our summer. Yeah, that makes sense. So apparently your state is different to other East Coast states in terms of when we have our... Oh, that explains a lot. Okay. So your holidays earlier. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It just somehow I didn't have it in my head that you guys would have a fall holiday so close to when we over here we're discussing, spring breaks and so on. So, yeah. Color me, unknowledgeable. How's that? Oh. Just try to skim to make sure I'm not missing everything. Scrub has to get some sleep. Aw, well, have a good sleep, Scrub. I will miss you, but I owe you some attendance from your adventures from time to time. So, yeah, have a great sleep, great rest, and hopefully you'll feel better for the upcoming week. Feel rested up and everything. Scrolling. Russ says, I'll ban Zerg, that's who we're talking about, right? I'm on it. Can't ban Zerk in this one, because actually, Zerk has a hammer. Although, based on his comments yesterday, I feel possibly safe in saying that he is, quote-unquote, grandfathered in. Truth be told, aside from me dragooning Fantastic Sherlock Fox for my very first stream, geez, over 2 years ago now? Wow, that feels like a long time. Anyhow, aside from that, the Zerks were the first ones that offered... Oh, sorry, let me correct that. Third and fourth that offered to help with the stream. I had to think about the math on that one. It's only a 2-week holiday. It's only a 2-week holiday. Like that makes it, less valid, which is totally not true. I'll take a 1-week holiday. I'll take a 2-day holiday. My kids are actually... Oh, I see. That's a gramophone. Haha! Cool. Carl, you are really old. I don't think we need a gramophone in here, but that's alright. Oh, does that actually stick to the wall? With what? Oh, I see. Okay. I'm just gonna get that one on there and see where I left off. Just used to the reverse of seasons. I don't know why it seems so odd to me to figure that you guys might have a fall break so close to our spring break. Because it's really not that far off. I mean, Canada's weird where I am because, well, in general, just because we virtually have a long weekend, like a Friday or a Monday off, basically every month of the year, almost every month of the year. There's a fake provincial one in February. So, and I guess technically January doesn't really have a day off in that sense, unless you count like New Year's Day, but that's sort of a JIP holiday, so January kind of doesn't have a day off. But then, oh, that's different. But then February has one that's a fake holiday. It's a provincial one. We call it Family Day. And then March, does March actually have one off? Depends whether or not Easter's in there, but March feels short by comparison. I mean, there's an excitement each month, so March would be St. Patrick's Day for us, which isn't a day off, but it's definitely it breaks the ice, so to speak. Makes it a little bit more interesting. And then April, if it's not March, then it's April. It's got Easter, so that's all busy and everything. And the day off for that, it's usually Good Friday and Easter Monday. And then following that, we've got May. Because we're part of the Commonwealth, we have May long weekend, which is still, for heavens knows why, called Victoria Day. Even though it's not like we have names for any other royalty. That would be nice. I mean, we have a few little ones, and then it's not even the official Queen's birthday celebration day anyway. So who knows? Or King's birthday, or whatever. So that's May. June, the excitement day is, in Canada, we celebrate Father's Day in my province. And then July, we have our Canada Day, which in the Americans, it's July 4th is their major day. In Canada, it's July 1st. What's this one? This one needs a black piece stuck in there. And so let's see, July. Yeah, so we've got July 1st. August, we have the August long weekend, which is basically the first long weekend in August, or first weekend in August, and that is often referred to in our province as the Heritage Day weekend. It's not really. It's one of those ones that's like off, but not really off, because as it's a provincial holiday, it doesn't quite fall under national employment legislation as a holiday. Kind of annoying. Thanks, James. We don't get bank holidays. Like there is no such thing as a bank holiday in Canada. So other parts of the planet have public holidays and bank holidays and whatnot. In Canada, it doesn't. Which, I mean, for better or worse, I suppose. Oops, 15. There we go. All right. So let's see. Where did we get to? I said August, right? September, we have Labor Day. In our Labor Day, at least. It's a little different than some other parts of the planet. So I know that there's a Labor Day in other countries. Like, I think the Oz one is very different. And I don't know when or if the UK has one. I would suspect they do. And that's not related to any political thing as Labour Party. It's just, a day for people to get, in essence, a day off. But it's one of the first major holidays. Because it's not a holiday in the, like, holy day sense. But it's not really a vacation, per se, I suppose. It's kind of like you could say the very first, the English started, I'm trying to remember, the very first, I guess you could say it's almost a nod to the idea of mental health. If you want your employees to be more productive, give them a day off once in a while. And they may actually think that you're being nice, which, debatable. Okay, where are we here? That one and this one. So then in October is when Canada has our Thanksgiving Day. Basically, it's your standard harvest holiday, right? So harvest harvest weekends and stuff. And it's different than the Americans purely. Nothing exciting about that, but it's different simply and purely because our growing season is different. It's not just the Canadians are weird, but yeah, our growing season's different. So that is our October holiday, and then of course there's excitement at the end of the month because we still have Halloween. November, we don't do Thanksgiving the American way. There's nothing going on in that part of the month, but we have Remembrance Day / Armistice Day, which is a holiday. It's a weird holiday because although it's national, so it qualifies under employment law, it's a bizarre one because companies are allowed to either give you that day or Christmas Eve. And there's a good number of businesses, when non-retail, will actually choose to give you Christmas Eve instead. So, yeah, it's kind of a hit or miss holiday. Although, I mean, it's my birthday, so it's a holiday for me, whether we like it or not. And I've never in my life ever had to work it, even at a company that gives you A or B. I would say, hey, it's my birthday, please can I have this one off instead? And I'll volunteer to work the Christmas Eve slot. And frankly, usually I get both. So, yeah, got both, I should say. But yeah, we call it Remembrance Day, and I joke about not being able to forget it. Which is a bad joke. Okay, we have a clock to make. Where are we here? Nope, not that one. I'm staring at it going, this piece got to be here. So what I'm looking for, there's a piece I had used for the Victrola, and now I'm kind of starting to wonder, and I did. Okay, I'll show you what I did wrong. I made a mistake. I didn't see anybody yelling at the screen. Let's see, scrolling back to see if anybody did. No. So what I did in the Victrola, it worked, but I'll show you this bit. That bit should have been that bit. So basically it's the same thing. That would explain why it looked a little weird. And I don't know why I didn't clue into that earlier, but I did not. That makes more sense for Victrola anyway. There's no gap between the platter level and the thing. It's funny, I had realized not too long ago, I don't know if my kids actually ever listened to a vinyl record. Actually, maybe they have at my parents' place. But my dad did buy one of those weird record players that on one end plugs into USB for an output, so it goes all digital at that point. So maybe they've listened over there, but have not at our house. And I can guarantee then they've never heard a 45 or a 78, which is kind of a shame because those are fun sizes to play with. Your spring break coincides with the Masters Golf. Yeah. I do find that interesting because people say up here, we can't travel for spring break. Everywhere we go, it's way too busy. But in my city, quite literally, we are not colliding with any of these things because our spring break just doesn't match up. But the sad part of that, though, is that also means then that there tend not to be available spring break travel discounts. So, you win some, you lose some. Okay, so we are making ourselves a cuckoo clock. It looks like. Cuckoo clock without a cuckoo. Well, that's kind of sad. Okay, so as I do with a lot of things, I use the brick separator to place the picture, and I always hope I get it straight, but 90% of the time I do not. By the way, for those of you that were there on Friday, I did mess up one of the stickers on the train, and I still haven't gotten around to fixing it. Can't be bothered to go find the X-Acto knife at the moment, and I don't know the trick by using the edge of the sticker sheet to do it. I'm supposed to be able to do that, but I have to watch someone do it before I try again, because I couldn't figure it out on stream. Oh, nope, that's not gonna look right. Come on, circle. Do. Oh, come on. I'm wiggling, I'm shaking, it's kind of sad. Maybe, kinda, sorta. Close enough. Yep, that'll do. Alright, sticker. Sticker achieved. Don't ask. I just realized I made a big boo-boo. I said I was making a cuckoo clock, and then I went on about cuckoos, and I put the Kevin sticker on there instead of the clock sticker. James said pirate ears. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I have the pirate ears within reach. I just have to pause for a split second, go be right back, and grab the X-Acto knife, and I'll be right back on camera. Give me a quick second. And congratulations, Lyric, to being the new champion of the hill. So, sorry for where the text is ending up at the moment, but I had to turn off the filter, showing you the messy noise of the room, because these lovely ears do not show up on camera properly with the filter on. So, yeah, they get filtered out. See? Doo-doo. Here we go. We got ourselves the Pirate Mickey Mouse ears. And do I have a timer for that? I thought I did. There it is. Yoink. Oh, yep, there. Donut again! Congratulations, Lyric. They suit me. Well, I wasn't kidding when I said I had silver ears as well. We got those. Meh. But I can't show you the back, of course. Just they're blend. It's one of those ones where I stitch your real name in there. So, yeah. They are indeed hilarious. They're cute. They're fun. So, I have boo-booed. We've seen this. I have boo-booed. I double-checked in the meantime, and unfortunately I don't have a spare circle that I could find in my magic box of leftovers. No circles. So, rather than just ruining a different piece, I had to go get the X-Acto knife. So, we'll just have to put up with the fact that the Kevin bird is going to be a little bit janky. And I was annoyed because I shook in the first place, right? You can't win them all. And we're going to cut the sticker off, and I'm going to regret this rather rapidly. And I bet you people who are in the know are like, oh god, don't! Do not! There we go. So if I can get the separator under that, we can peel it off a little more effectively. Oops. That's fixable. Yeah, I've got a big crease in it now. Belen. You fool. That's okay. Oh, I clipped my fingernails. Love it. Love it. Scratching this as we go, that's okay. Close enough. Can I? There we go. Let's try this again. That was 12. I need 7. Okay. I guess I should put the safety cap back on this before it becomes a hazard. And we end up with a lesson in first aid. I'm sure Russell would approve. All your brick separators are orange. All of them? Seriously, Mike? I've got about 50-50. I actually like these ones. As I was mentioning last week, you can do so much with it. Let me just get this thing on real quickly. And, I mean, most of you guys will know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm going to do? Like, I'll put this on intentionally upside down, and then I'll flip the piece, because then I have more grip, more space to lay it out evenly. Yeah, it's close enough. Nope. It's not. Glenn, you fool. Come on. I'm being picky, but I want this centered. Now I did better centering the mistaken sticker. Oh, there we go. Up. Up. Up for a lot of things. Up for the house and up for the sticker. There we go. Okay. It was nice and rounded, but at the wrong end. Shadows threw me. Okay, let's try. Sure. Left, right, mistake. So now I discover the sticker's not quite cut square. There we go. Blame everything. Yeah, there we go. Blame everything. Or as the song says, you can even blame Canada. But I'm not sure what good that would do you. Yeah, I don't know. I got actually one of them in my Harry Potter sets. I did not get a brick separator and could have used one. And then later on I got an orange brick separator from something else and swapped it for a blue, or well, whatever this color is, teal thing, with my brother, not my brother, sorry, with my son. Jeepers. Because what I really was looking for was a clear rod so I could actually float Nearly Headless Nick above the Hogwarts Hall, but didn't in our collection have one, and I wasn't about to go buy one for that purpose. So I just swapped it, and then what I did with that one is there's a little lip on the top of the Harry Potter thing. That show? No, that won't show. But there's a little lip hanging off the edge, and I just like wedged it underneath, so Nick is like floating off the end of the stick. It's cheesy, but it's fun. So what I like to do with these separators, do I have more? Yeah, I have more. I have just a few separators. Just a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll leave the orange ones for a minute. You can do all kinds of things with these, right? Like we were talking about on Friday, is you can just stack them. Nice and exciting. But if you stack it on corners, you can do 2 by 2 sort of thing. And then you can get yourself like a little, you get enough of them. I've seen people who have like 40 or 50 of these things. And then maybe I'll just go upside down like this. One more. Like this. It'll do for now. But you start to get the idea. You end up with like yourself a little like makeshift palm tree. It looks really cheesy when there's only like 4 or 5. But if you're looking for like a pine tree concept, and then you go much, much taller with them. So I've seen some that go alternate directions, and you can go all kinds of ways. Oops, because they start stacking nicely. There we go. So you can start playing with it, and then they start filling in. So there's all kinds of things you can do with them. Hey Del, first time you'll be able to watch all day. Woohoo! And it was one that you were worried last night you wouldn't be able to watch at all. So yeah. So out with the orange and in with the teal. And we are done with the hat. Yoink! Ready. Here we go. Filters. Now you guys don't need to see my mess for a few minutes. How do you turn off closed captions on mobile? Good question. Very good question. I used to know, I do apologize, but I do not remember at the moment, I'm afraid. But yeah, on mobile, it's incredibly janky and it covers your screen. It was one on the bottom of the display for a regular scene, but not on I've never found mine on my phone. That's one of the few advantages to the closed captions being an extension as opposed to built in. Because once you've got them turned on, your account kind of remembers, and then it does it for everybody until you remember to turn them off. Everybody who offers it, I should say. It does it for YouTube that way too, and it's kind of annoying. Alright, so now we've got our clock, which can go on the back side. Two, three, four, there we go. Now, how many of you guys actually had a clock in your house with either the chimes hanging down or actually the weights for the times? I'm gonna skip that one. Well, actually, I'm really lucky I didn't do it. There's a crease in my clock now. You guys probably can't see it. Yeah, there, it's barely showing up in the reflection. A line there that I creased it. When I look square on it, I can't really see it. I didn't munge the edge or anything like that, so we'll go with it. And I'm probably gonna have to fix the train the same way, but we'll leave that for another time. So I'm just quickly scanning. Oh, look how the boss is here. I don't know. It's in the cog settings. Neon says you tap the screen and top the gear on the upper right. Let's see. You guys might hear far too much going on. I'm going to try that. On anybody but me. No, I was kidding. That's not true. Yeah, that'll work. Shush on that one. Cog in the upper right. I'm not seeing a chat thing in there, but like a closed captions thing in there. But I can definitely see that I've got closed captions turned on because it's doing that same annoying thing for me too. Scroll down. Oh, you can make it pink? What? Who wants to make it pink? Ew. Okay, let's go this one. Oh, chat settings. Nope, not in that one. Anyway, we're not here for you guys to watch me figure out how to turn off closed captions. Would be nice. But in any case, I'm not going to worry about that for me right now. I'm going to get back to what you guys need to do. I do apologize, DC. That was not something I had expected. Yeah, iPhones don't seem to have the CC setting as far as I can tell. Droids might, but I don't see either that or if you don't, or if you do seem to see it, feel free to post screenshots in DC's Discord with instructions, because we could all use it. Okay, so we've got the clock. Moving on. Angles today. Bad angles. I don't really want it in my face, so we'll just leave it there. Okay, so this one and one of these pieces can go on the edge there. Oh, I'm using one. It's I think it's Cloud Closed Captions. Yeah, Cloud Closed Captions, and I can just turn it off if nobody's using it. So that's a possibility. I can just stop it.
Oh, hello there!
Oh, God. So if anybody's weighing in closed captions and has the opportunity, or using closed captions and has the opportunity, weigh in and let me know if you want them turned back on. Otherwise, I will just turn it off for now. Just because it doesn't save it anywhere. I'm good with that. Alright. So, captions have been manually turned off. If you're on a computer, it's easy, but on mobile, it's not so much. Were till about 30 seconds ago. Metalhead, it's not a default thing for every streamer. They actually have to install it either as an extension, which may be less janky in the wording, but the extension unfortunately has no punctuation, which is great. And then the version I use is actually a plugin, so it comes with, like, as I just talk on OBS. I don't have to turn anything on, and it's great that way. But pardon me. But if it gets in the way of mobile, then we have to be able to turn it off. I offer it because some people are able to use it at their offices when they're busy. They can just skim to catch up and see where things were. Some people like it for that, but it has been something people wanted for being more inclusive, I suppose. I mentioned it on some other stream at one point, just that I did that, and somehow it became a big thing that was all super important and super exciting and whatever, and I really didn't want there to be nothing, so I was sorry I started something. You know? Okay, let's not do this before I put a sticker on. Uh-oh, watch Dylan. Stickers! Stickers! Warning! Nice and janky. Stickers! Okay, can I get this one more centered? My big old fingers. Let's see. We're not going to spend all stream being fussy about stickers. But now I can't seem to decide. How do I want to do this? Let's go this way. Stop moving. And I don't like that one because it's low, but I think I'm going to leave it. Yeah, it'll do. Okay, and then 6 went first, now they want 5. Well, here's the thing, Mihaku. It seems like they do in most cases, but as we are starting to discover, that may not be all cases. I did not realize that it was that challenging for mobile users to turn it off. I never really thought about it that way. So, accessibility is great until it suddenly isn't. Let's go with this. Oh, nope, that's not straight. I can see it happening. Come on, this is one where up, guys. Please, could you have negotiated a frame? That would have been nice. Okay. You can see on the door, Carl does not want to be disturbed. There are 3 locks on his door, in addition to the handle, and he's got like 2 key locks. I guess that is the handle lock then. 2 key locks and 3 slide bolts. Dude is really fussy about his privacy. It's one of those "please leave me alone" kinds of people. Yeah, could be. Could be, Mahako. I totally agree with you. iPhone issue? That's normal. iPhone being an issue is usually a thing. I mean, it does a lot of wonderful things. Don't get me wrong. I am dyed-in-the-wool iPhone user and always will be. However, it is not the best thing since sliced bread. And once you find the unit, like the phone that suits your needs, or let's say the interface that suits your needs, I recommend sticking with it. The reason I do not like Android personally is more of the Android hardwares have had weird behavior. However, pardon me, that doesn't mean that iPhones and stuff don't get hot and so forth. But the other thing I just don't like about the Android ecosystem is the fact that so much of it is fragmented. I mean, once upon a time, it was fine because there was Android. It was just the version, or the latest version, period. But then cell phone providers got the ability to accept or reject individual versions of the operating system. And so now there's a bunch of like fragmentation. And when somebody goes to use an app, they unfortunately have to be aware of exactly which version of Android software they're using to know whether or not that app that they're looking at is even going to be functional on their device, whether or not it's going to work. Really? Well, DC needed it off, so that was a quick and expedient solution. Yeah, I mean, you can't turn it on or off if it just isn't there. Okay. You've got plants and more plants. Oops. I have no idea what kind of song we're playing right now. Maybe I should actually put that up on the screen so I can see what it is. Huh. Something called Afterwave by an artist called Scuba Dive. Scuba Dive. Interesting. Ouch. Ouch. I mean, hey, it's only Lego. It's not like it's, you know, something important like Bingo or Minecraft. Okay. I'm enjoying this. It's a nice break. It's not that as I said, I love Minecraft. I will definitely be going back to Minecraft. But that said, yeah. It's definitely something different for a change. Sorry, I'm laughing a little bit, and that last sort of scoff was the fact that I didn't pay attention to what sort of piece might possibly have the circular bird on it that we had earlier, and it happens to be the other brown piece. So I could have just taken that piece off and waited till I used it later. I don't read ahead in the Lego instructions. Sometimes I wonder if I should. Okay, let's try again. This one has a big crease in the corner, but we'll just make it do. Okay, straight up and down-ish. Yeah, I'll live with that. That's good. Enough. The corner is definitely messed up, but oh well. It's an older picture. We'll pretend that's it. There we go. The thing Mahaku dislikes about iPhones is that the system is purposefully punishing Android users, reducing picture qualities, locking things behind an Apple-only app. Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of that part of it. I was seeing a statistic not that long ago. I'm trying to remember if it's over 80% or if it's only over 60% of teenagers in the US with a phone supposedly have iPhones. And there's multiple different reasons for that. And frankly, I'm surprised it's that high, because who's got the money for that? No, iPhones are great, but even the buying them later and buying them outright, so you get a cheaper phone, they're still expensive. And with the way people get frustrated with things and, you know, step on them, crush them, throw them, a lot of things that take a lot of learning before you stop doing that. And teenagers tend to be, in that respect, some of the worst culprits. AppleCare is some of the jankiest scam on the planet in terms of charging you a lot for frequently very little service. So I don't know. But when I did tech support before I stopped work to have kids, I loved supporting iPhones far more than supporting Android phones, because it was consistent where the settings for various things were. They weren't hidden under 12 different menus that changed every iteration of the software, or depending on which hardware manufacturer you had. They had relatively predictable timings in terms of how long something would take to download or get approved, or whatever the case may be in that respect. Whereas Android, you never knew. There's been Android times where the person just updated their software and their phone, according to the internet, should still be the latest, hottest thing, but in the meantime, while we were on hold, the person could like easily go and get themselves a cup of coffee or something while we waited for stuff to happen. And it wasn't that the device was necessarily slow, it's just that the first time you do things, there's a lot of like preloading on some Android phones. Not on all, but on some. Yeah, and trying to write documentation so that people can help themselves was kind of not a thing because of all the various iterations. So if you had this version, then you need that. And you get all the if this then that kind of stuff written into the documentation. You send it in and your boss goes, nobody, over the age of like 25 is going to be able to understand these instructions because there's just too many variations. And I said, can't help it. Sorry. Whereas the Apple ones, it was like a half an hour less at least per topic when writing things. And given what I know now about myself, that's saying something. Wow. Like, whatever happened to that Aimnator streamer? Who knows? She was there one day and next thing you know, poof! Gone, like two ships passing in the night. Orange. Yes, there's a lot of orange in this house. Hey, it's a 1970s house. Everybody had oranges and browns and other god-awful colors. When Fantastic Shock Fox and I were shopping around to buy this house, we looked at some other ones that were similar square footage, but they were a little older because, that's nice to get a little bit cheaper. And the number of people who can't even bother to slap on a modern colored coat of paint when they go to sell their house, they leave it for being the next person's problem, which is all well and good in some respects, but I don't necessarily want to buy a house that I immediately have to turn around and update.
Hello.
How's the building going? Pleased to meet you, Demonic. It's going well so far. I'm dreadful with stickers, so yeah, those are completely janky. But other than that, I'm having a good time with it. And I like the fact that they made this rather meta. This one? Yeah, good enough. In that this tile has a picture of the up house on it. It's going to be a picture hanging in the up house. And I mean, that's referring to a later part of the story as well, which is kind of dumb because there's a picture in a newspaper from a distance with an up house on a hill. And that's kind of crazy in the movie because there's no way that the characters could have gotten far enough away to take a picture of the house. But, oh well. That's Disney. That's Pixar for you. Logic is not a thing in that world. But I am very much enjoying it. And it's like, Demonic, you can guess where part of my streamer name came from, and you wouldn't need the first guess. But welcome to the fun. Welcome to the fun. I thought about doing Disney-themed stuff for next year's Minecraft, or next season's Minecraft server builds. A lot of it is I have great ideas, but I really have a lot of difficulty executing. And then I let myself get very frustrated about not, or having an image in my head that looks different than what I really wanted it to be. And so how things come out versus how I wanted them to come out are often very, very different. And then I get sort of frustrated about the whole thing. So I was actually, when I look back on this season compared to last season, I was quite surprised that I picked a related topic. Usually I swing pretty badly. Case in point being, I just had a random mishmash the last season before I started streaming. Random mishmash of stuff. It wasn't really an aesthetic or a theme. And then I spent a season on the Bedrock server that I believe was the first season that was on Bedrock. Spent a season over there, and did Ghostbusters themed Fire Hall. That was like pretty much, I did that and one Harry Potter themed build, and that was it. And then the season after that, I came back to Woo! Join. Yes. Season after that, I came back to the Java server, and it was all mysteries. I think I'm missing a season in between, because I used to remember all the themes I had. But in any case, the point to that part of the story was that I did things different. And I usually swing, so the titles or topics are very different. You guys through the season this year have seen me derail briefly to creative and test out doing some Alice in Wonderland builds, and they're not going quite the way I wanted to. I might go back to magic props, but we'll see, because I haven't figured out how to appropriately do the builds inside without having a ton of what's the word? The mechanics of the secret given away, as far as Minecraft can do. Okay. Grab a tray. Put the extras in there. I'll figure out at some point what on earth I was supposed to do with this gold. Oh, that's not okay. I was gonna say what I was gonna do with some of these pieces, but no, they are all appropriate extras. Bag number 2, and we only have probably about half an hour left. So let's see if we can do a pick up pace. Let's get a house. Congratulations, Metal. You totally won it. You are the current champion of the hill. Awesome indeed. Okay, looks like we have Carl's head now. That's good news. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right up there. These up there. A lot of matching colors. That's good. Oh, this way, that way. More windows. There's Carl's body. There's the... Oh! Okay, I'll get to that in a second. Carl has legs. Let's see, what do we want? Do we want Smiley Carl? Or do we want Frowny Carl? He's very frowny to start with, so I think I'm going to leave him frowny. He has reasons to be frowning later on in the movie. And I keep forgetting the name of the villain in that one, but that's just because I keep crossing it with another character in history. So, yeah. Memory is not one of my strong points. Alright. This one. Over there. Really, the key to this sorting is not to be perfect, but it's to be at least good enough that I can dig through and find things as I need them. That. Windows. That one. More windows. This thing. That thing. Carl apparently has a walking cane. Let's see if I can get his head or his hair out of this one. There you go. Great. Here's okay. Making sure we're caught up on the list of redeems. His hair's all crooked. So today we have Mr. Grumpy Carl. Alright, and there's the skate. So here now Carl gets his walking cane. In the movie, his walking cane is one of those little four-legged things that has tennis balls on the bottom. And I'll set him over by Russell. Okay, let's gonna move on. Can't remember. I can't remember if memory is my strong point. Apparently spelling isn't either. That's okay. You were the one that was telling me earlier that my spelling didn't matter. So it's all good. Matches. Sometimes I think those of you who have to deal with people who don't think like us. How's that? Sometimes I think we wear other people's brains out because they end up doing a lot of the thinking and heavy lift for us, but I'm not totally sure. Well, you know, I'll ask Fox someday. Someday TM on that one. Okay. Looking for... No, that's not it. It's a green one. There it is. So this is the Delenn part of my name from Babylon. Exactly. You are correct. You are correct, Poppy. So Delenn is the formerly Satai Delenn from Babylon 5, and Russell is from Up. I used to actually go by Michaela Delenn because I was a huge fan of Jane Seymour's TV show, Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. But I figured two things. One, that's a mouthful. Two, I wanted to leave Mike for the guys. Mike or Mick. I actually happen to have a neighbor, Michaela, in real life, and she can be incredibly annoying at times. I'm talking her mother, so no real surprise, but so I decided, okay, well, I think I'll just leave that happy memory in the past and not use Michaela in with Delenn anymore. Used to be Michaela Delenn. Yeah, actually, I liked Babylon 5, most of it. As I said, yes, exactly. That's a nostalgic show. I am a huge fan of history, can you tell? So even though that was completely and utterly, and for better or worse, some say horribly fictionalized, I quite liked the notion. It was less the female out in the sexist West or anything like that. I mean, I could go into all kinds of opinions about that, but the point I actually liked about the show was that based on what I was able to learn from and discuss with the educational docents at our local heritage park, that they were relatively accurate in that show in terms of the medicine skills back then and some of the day-to-day life stuff in how people in the past may have lived in smaller Western towns and things. I mean, often in a way that, say, more modern show that's just Western in general, like Lonesome Dove, just wouldn't be. So that's one of the things I liked about that. I also had nostalgia over it because my mother and I used to sit and watch that while we would do jigsaw puzzles. And if it wasn't that show, we would watch the Sullivan productions of Anne of Green Gables. So I liked it. I'm a fan of the history part of it, or I like that show. That and I'll watch about anything with Jane Seymour in it. So yeah. And okay, that one has this piece on the bottom. Excuse me. All right, where are we here? 54, thank you. Gotta keep myself focused. Focused. Okay, now I shouldn't have said that out loud because now that I said focused, I've got a Disney character saying it in my head, which is not pleasant. Hallie Hippo can get out of my head. Alright, this one, turn it over. Okay, we have on this side. I'll show you really quickly because it's fun. So this says on it, Paradise Falls. And this is the coin jar that Carl and Ellie were saving their money so they could both go to Paradise Falls. They had to keep dipping into it for various reasons, like health payments and stuff. So that was their savings. I like the fact that it's a printed piece. It's a bit of a strange thing to spend the frame on, but it would have been a real pain to put the, what's the word? Put the sticker onto. There we go. Word. Words are heard. Okay. And there we are for that piece. Scroll down. People who watched to see Sully. Yeah, Sully, the character. I mean, come on. Early in the show, he was just a long-haired hottie who was meant to look like a fool. and I swear was purely there just for women to oogle over. Which, as you can probably tell, is not my thing. I've got FSF. What do I need Sully for? And even back then, I had no interest in guys. So, yeah. I'm weird that way. Yes. I'm really glad LEGO went the extra mile with the Paradise Falls piece. I do quite agree with that. And then here's young Carl in his cheesy hat. His pilot's cap. Uh-oh. My finger's too wide. It's too thick. I can't get the sticker down flat before I consider it placed. And you know the drill. When you find the one that'll put up with you, you stick with them. There we go, there's Carl. Sticking on. And that sticker went right the first time. Yay! Alright. So it looks like we've got the other side of the window bay now, because we're doing a bit of a bay window to go... Whoops. Yes. We've got a bay window coming on this side over here. I will just clear this and move this part down there. There we go. I can see what we've got going. This part. Alright. So let's rinse and repeat a bit. You know, Shay, sometimes people find each other, like, I don't mean romantically, I mean as in friends. We find each other because we're all similar varieties of weird, and it's great. Sometimes we find each other, didn't even realize we're the same kind of weird, and then when it comes to light, we kind of go, aha! And yeah, so once you find your place, go leave it. If it fits, you know. If the shoe stops fitting, well then, go find a new shoe. I honestly like that I found my people here. The more I'm in the DC community, the more it feels a lot like somebody's come up to me and said that cheesy old phrase about, which is bad, very bad Spanish pronunciation, but it's like mi casa es su casa. On the other hand, sometimes I wonder if I treat it about the same. What I mean by that is I am very, very happy to be there, but I probably tidy up my messes that I've made in there verbally about as well as I tidy up my room. You've seen how cluttered it is. But it is what it is. Hey, and you know what? Shay, you've got me on an evening where I'm a little bit less silly, but I'm sure that at some point that level of silly will return, and then who knows what kind of crazy song parodies I'll be coming up with then. Yeah. I write really bad song parodies just for fun. Sometimes something will get stuck in my head as a cheesy little phrase, and then I've just gotta put it down somewhere. So I've got all kinds of bad ones. I used to be years ago part of a fake Hogwarts online school thing. So like they had people pretending to be teachers with various different classes, and I was the librarian, and I had a website with people's fanfics on it and stuff, sorted like a library, and it was you know, a lot of fun and so forth. But one of the things that came out of it in a fanfics, or in a parody song sense, was at one point we had school Quidditch teams, and so somebody decided to have a contest to have people writing cheers for the fake Quidditch team. So yeah, I had to get in on that one, and that was probably the worst parody I've written. I still have it, but I keep it because it reminds me that I need to have higher standards. James, you know what? At some point I need somebody to start writing me a list of all the things I think I need to put down as sound clips, because I keep forgetting them. But that one reminds me, cheesy, of... where did I put that? Wrong side? It's inside, outside. Okay, there we go. Of a clip from a version of Alice in Wonderland it was made for television in the 80s. And it was one where we've got a lot of star-studded actors and actresses. I know I've brought this show up before. The clip in question in this case is it was like from the Cheshire Cat, which in this case is not pink and purple like Disney had it, but from Cheshire Cat, and he was giving directions to Alice, and down one road is the March Hare, and down the other road is the Mad Hatter. And she said, well, I don't want to meet people that are mad. And the cat asks her, well, why not? You're mad. I'm mad. We're all mad. Okay, the disadvantage to bringing up that version of Alice in Wonderland, though, is it's a musical. And musicals for me are absolutely dreadful earworms. So I've now got a very, very long version of The Walrus and the Carpenter in music format going through my head. My bad. Please be proud of the fact that you're not in my head when that sort of thing happens. I'm sure I would probably drive you mad too. Alright. Onto the third section of the bay window. But it really doesn't take much for me to get silly and come up with little cheesy phrases. In spite of the fact that I was firing them out a lot last night on stream, that's nowhere near the number that pop up in my head on a regular basis. Poor Fox gets to put up with a lot of stuff that I said, I'm not going to type this, and I say it anyways. And I'm sure there's times where he's probably thinking to himself, you said you weren't going to type it into chat. Why on earth are you telling me anyway? On the other hand, we've known each other for 20 years at least. Well, not known each other. We've been together at least 20 years. So, yeah. He's probably used to it by now. Whether he likes it or not is a different matter, but he's probably used to it. Right. It's a very crowded desk. The disadvantage to doing it without sorting all the stuff into little trays is it feels like the desk is very, very messy. Which, I guess, if there's lots of earworms going on in my head while I'm doing this, it fits the oft-quoted phrase about a messy desk is a sign of a messy mind. I really wish I knew the origin of that phrase, but it really does work. Messy doesn't have to be a bad thing. Some people claim that that's related to creative genius. While it may be true for some, one has to be in control for it to be creative genius. It's where the fun is. It's where the fun is. I will say, whether I like some of the stuff that gets stuck in my head or not, it's never dull. It makes me sound like I'm multiple personality person, but unfortunately that is not the case. Sometimes that might be more interesting. Because I can't even argue with myself. It's all me. Dress at the mess on my desk? You represent that remark. Hey, I resemble that remark. I mean, it could be just a reference to being disorganized. But the sad part of it is sometimes when people come across each other's in life for whom that actually can be a signal of something not quite right. And unfortunately, my daughter's got a teacher at school for whom I suspect that is the case. Different stuff she says suggest this particular teacher may have other things going on in their life that is really messing with their headspace and potentially jeopardizing their ability to be a good teacher. Not just technically be a teacher, but and all the, I shouldn't say technical, what's the word? All of the day-to-day activities that requires. But sometimes we get a story from this particular teacher, or a story of this particular teacher, I should say, and then once in a while I'll pop out and I just ask, hey, how's her desk these days? And inevitably the story is, yep, it's getting messier. Somebody at one point tried to help this teacher by tidying their desk a little bit, quote unquote, for them. Like, it's all the stuff was still there, just neatened up in piles rather than cockeyed and askew piles. And partly because they invaded her space, but partly, just she couldn't find anything anymore, so therefore she blew a gasket, and I can't blame her. This is partly why my kids and Fox don't try and clean my office unless... Actually, there's never really been an unless. I suspect they might agree to help if I asked them, but I would have to be able to multitask enough to give them consistent directions while we're both working. And generally, I just don't. Because sometimes pretending to, or attempting to, more accurately, be in my own space keeps me out of trouble. And what I mean by that is just then I'm not harassing or annoying the kids with something else. There's days where it's probably just best if Mom goes down to her office and mucks around down there. Partly for my sanity. Not sanity, but sanity's not the word. Wish I could think of the right word for that. Anyway, suffice to say, it's kind of like when you want to go hide under a rock every once in a while because something has happened. And it's better to actually not be in the same room with other people because... Oh, it's crooked, but it'll do. Oops. But yeah, so my office is a mess, and I keep saying, oh yeah, I've got to go tidy this. Because I keep needing to find more places to put Lego. Gee, wonder why. You vacuum my office, yes. If I don't want my office vacuumed, then I will put things on the floor. But I do like it when Fantastic Chocolate Fox gets the vacuum out and does that, because I hate that part. Okay, let's attach this section. Our bow window goes on this lower section, and I have to see if I can get it to attach. There we go. Alright. If somewhere between 10 and 15 minutes left. Oh, so the back out that way, and the inside looks like this. Nice little, I was gonna say sitting area, but there's not much sitting to be done. What did I say? I'm getting a double ding, so there's something sideways there, but 15 minutes. Sounds good. Sounds good. As I understand it, Swanky's plan for the evening is to be doing some bingo runs to stay limber for tomorrow's final. And I, unfortunately, am really quite bummed about the fact that I will not be able to see it because I will be stuck at some school playground with a bunch of 8 to 10-year-olds. I love the Cubs most of the time. But hey, when it interrupts the final of the bingo tournament, I'd rather be at home. Yes. If I could get myself organized, I had thought about taking Swanky up on your offer, but unfortunately by that point I'll be hungry, and the other piece of that is, you've seen me. I'd only ever get half a card done in the time that you'd get a whole card done, and that's not saying oh poor me. It's just for everybody involved to have fun. I would think I would like to hold off this time, but that doesn't mean that at some point I won't play a game with you. It's just not today. It goes from the now list to the not now list, right? Right. Oh, let's put this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's becoming very clear that we're only halfway through the bags. Therefore, this Friday shall be the completion of the Up House. For me, is coming. Oh, no, it won't. I'm lying. Now I have to figure out what to do. This coming Friday, if everything goes as it usually does, I will probably have to be canceling my Friday stream. Now that I just realized it, that's a bummer. Because I'm going out to camp with the Scout Youth this weekend. It's only an hour out of town, so it's not that big a deal, and there's 2 sections, so there's not a whole ton of planning in advance. But every time we go to camp, there's always some reason that it takes me the entire day. This camp might be, actually. We're, the theme for our camp, we don't always have themes, but the theme for this particular camp is going to be youth leadership training, which really is just coordinated games that work on team building skills and hopefully help kids gain the confidence so that if they were asked to lead an activity for other youth, they could do so. That's really what it comes down to. Yes, so this camp will be 2 sections of youth, which means that we've got the 8 to 10-year-old bunch, which I work with on Mondays normally. And then we've also got the 11 to 14-year-old bunch. And the 8 to 10-year-old bunch, Lucky Ducks, will be sleeping indoors in bunks, just because where we are, you can't guarantee it's going to be above freezing at night until at least another month from now. But the older set get to sleep outdoors in tents. They're the kind of group where, like, a couple years ago, I think it was, they did, the older section, the troop, did 9 camps over the course of the year, and 7 of those had snowstorms. And the funny part was, the 2 that didn't were the 2 times that they were with any of the younger sections, so nobody believed them when they said they had snow that many camps. They're like, it always snows at camp. And nobody believed them. Kind of amusing. Anyway, so I will probably be outdoors this weekend. Frankly put, I sleep better because then I don't have to worry about kids misbehaving in the cabins. That part becomes somebody else's problem. But by having the younger sections available, it's nice because we don't have to worry about eating with the youth or having the youth cook for us, because while on the whole we have to make sure things are healthy foods for them, we don't actually have to worry about them cooking things and having it burnt or whatever. In our training sessions as leaders, one of the silly things that happens is we're supposed to be supportive and encouraging to the youth, and rather than saying, hey, let me show you how you can improve upon your work that you've already done. If a kid hands you, say, a burnt grilled cheese sandwich, we're supposed to be able to just bounce with it and be like, yeah, pass the ketchup. Rather than saying, hey, let me help you improve these on your next sandwich, because you're still, good doing them for the rest of the group too, so that you can do not burnt ones. And it's like, I don't know about you, but that's kind of depressing. The hose winder. This hose winder for a garden hose is actually very critical to the movie story of Up. Carl decided that when they finally have the house floating, and he and Russell have to move from where they are, usually it starts about getting to a safer place, that he decides he's going to tie himself to the house, him and Russell, by tying them to the house with garden hoses. Which he discovers that Russell's not heavy enough, in spite of Russell's backpack, which apparently was in the house at the time. I don't know. Go figure. So we have... Oh, I see. Okay, so let's do it this way. And then put the other one on. That's easier. Yeah. But the campground that we're going to and the facilities we're using this time are technically owned by or operated by a group on behalf of the Girl Scouts of Canada. Whoa. Wow. Shame on you, Dylan. We don't call it that up here. It's the Girl Guides of Canada, who are not actually affiliated with the Girl Scouts. And I used to be really up in arms about that when I was younger. Now I just make mistakes when I say it. Okay, so we got the cool little armchair. Pearl's funky armchair. It's like a lazy boy with no footrest. And it just sits inside. If I can get this snap on, maybe. Come on. Glenn, why can't you line things up today? Good. Oh, no. I thought I had it and then I lost it. Really? How do I not get that correct? I'm probably trying too hard. I got to stay, so that may be the way it's supposed to be. It sits inside. Yeah, I think I was trying to put it too far back. Okay. So we've got about 10 minutes. Let's see if we can rocket through some of this next bag. Geek Out has been swapped. Geek Out now says, Pop Culture Party Edition, miscellaneous category, 2 actors who have played school teachers. Actors who have played school teachers. I can think of one, but this isn't here to quiz me. This is for everybody to chat if they wish. Can you get there? Yeah. Hey look, it's Doug! Doug is a one-piece printed dog, and for those who have not seen the movie, he is the source of Squirrel!
Welcome.
Well, one of the two. One of the 2 sources of Squirrel. The other one was Alpha, which we don't actually get to see. That's like a really nice Doug. That guy's cool. Okay.
I hate squirrels!
Yes, that's exactly where that one came from. Schwarzenegger. Yes, Schwarzenegger did indeed play a teacher. Which movie, Poppy? Because I'm just curious if you and I are thinking the same one. Close enough. Sidney Poitier, yep, exactly. That's a good old one. Kindergarten Cop, yeah, we were thinking the same one. Sidney Poitier was, To Sir with Love, I believe. All right. Okay, I think there's enough. I can probably figure that one out. Bag. Yep, so we've got... Oh, yes, good one. Robin Williams from Dead Poets Society. Exactly. And, yeah, it was Dead Poets Society. Think about that. So we've doubled. Oops, let's roll. Okay, under this mess, we have 4 actresses who have played cheerleaders. Oh, wow. That's a good question. I don't... Captain, my captain. Yes, exactly. I don't remember who was the one. Well, I'll remember the movies later. Well, thank you. I think. Thank you. All right, so let's just start building this one, and we'll see if we're missing pieces along the way. Doug! Love Doug. Okay. So let's bring each piece back into view. Sort of. Kind of, maybe. All right, so they want... Where did you put it? 4x2 by thing. This one. Kind of sad when the where it goes is more obvious than the what it is. 8. Oh, wait. Okay, along the edge. Whoa, what did I miss? What? 4 actors who played cheerleaders, yeah. Just pop culture related, Tom. So it doesn't have to be movies. It can be TV shows. Kristen Dunst, Olivia Newton-John. Which one would you say for Olivia Newton-John? Just curious. Would not say Grease, but we didn't do much of anything else. Kirsty Swanson, yes. Were they cheerleaders? You're right. Okay, you were. You're right. They really just don't focus on that part, so I kind of block that bit out. In the movie version of Grease, my favorite actress in that was Didi Khan, so, you know, can't win them all. Aiden... Ooh. Yeah, but I guess Buffy was on the cheer squad. Once again, I spend more time thinking about what the other things about them doing rather than that. You can tell that I'm rusty on television and movies. Some I haven't seen, and some it's been so long that... And and wouldn't watch again. I tried to watch the television, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer with Sarah Michelle Gellar, again, right from the beginning, and I got maybe 2 episodes into it before I just couldn't handle it anymore. It's dated. Very, very dated. Heroes. Yeah, I totally can't remember. My brain wants to say there was at least one, not wants to say, but wants to name the actress and character from Glee, but once again, that's one that I'm just not bringing up today. Surprise! Disney! Pixar Animation. 2 characters from Ratatouille. 2 character names from Ratatouille. Good one, Tom. Yep, Remy, for sure. The pasta guy. Which pasta guy? Off-topic question. What season are we currently in for the coffee server? Oh, nobody knows, Max. I'm actually surprised we were still running them by numbers as opposed to just referring to the Minecraft version number. But I'm not the boss. The boss knows best in this case. And if there's a reason behind it, I'm sure one of the boss's sidekicks probably knows too. But yeah, I know for sure that it's not exactly the same season number as the Bedrock server, because I know for sure I've been in at least one season in the Java server that was not in the, like, where the Bedrock server didn't exist at that point. We have a little tile in there. It actually, for a brief moment, you can see it. It says "Once Upon a Time." There we go. And it has a sticker on the top. Oh, it's the top of the hour, so let me get this sticker put on, and we will then see whether or not Swanky wants to do a handoff, and head on over for some fantastic bingo. There we go. Sticker. Yay! So this one now says, "My Adventure Book." And there's a lock on it. Don't know why, but there's a lock on it. They're not the same number. No, they're not. Would be nice, but they're not. Yeah, I think we're on like 4 or 5 or something. Overhead, whatever it is, we're at least 1, if not 2, I think. Yeah, I think we're on 3, headed into 4. Alrighty. So, you guys can see here, we've got a little bit of shot of the inside, a little shot of the top, where we've got to so far. There's the front. And to go with that, we have our fine friends. We have Carl and Russell and our very important buddy Doug. Alright, so with that, let's just see if Swanky's in. Yep, he's live. He's probably waiting for me to send you guys over as quickly as possible, so let's get right on that. Chat. Oh, do I have the Stream Weekend stuff? Good. Alrighty, so let's jump in. Maybe?
It's not first. It's Tom.
Hello, hello, hello. Yep, that doesn't work.
Score.
Score? He says score. A, B, C, D. There we go. Alright, so, that said, let's unmute. Hey, Swanky, how's it going?
Oh, there's Dell. How are you?
Good! Delayed, excited, had fun, and looking forward to some bingo.
Yeah, I was seeing if anyone was going to join. If not, I might actually try a blind bingo for once. Not that I
Ooh.
practiced at all.
Swanky blind bingo. Swanky blind bingo.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Your Lego, you got pretty far in it, like halfway.
It's fun. It's good. I actually thought I was going to get farther, but of course, you know me. I talk too much. That's the way it goes. But in the meantime, I shall send them over to you and just say thanks to them and all, and they will be rocketing in within the next minute or so.
Sounds good. Thanks, Dell.
No problem. See you soon, Swanky. So as you all heard, we are headed over to Swanky's pretty quickly. The raid message is there. It's not actually just a Delenn message. It's a mod thing, but yeah. More than just Delenn. So it usually auto triggers when we start the raid. That's how it goes. Now we know. All right. So want to say thanks to everybody who came on over, and Doug and I will say thank you to everybody, and we shall see you over in Swanky's stream. Have yourselves a fantastic weekend. Thank you very, very much for coming by. There is a just Delenn. It's the only Delenn. So have yourselves a fantastic time. We'll see you on the Swanky side. So let's get that one rolling. There we go. The magic buttons. Mischief?
Mischief managed.
Mischief has indeed been managed. So, thank you everybody for coming in. Thank you, Poppy, for bringing them all by. Squirrel indeed. And, yeah. Thank you very much, James, for the resub. And thanks very much for the new followers. They're always fun to have. We had some clue spending and stuff, but I think we're just going to rock it on in tonight, not make Swanky wait any longer. And we'll see you on the flip side. Bye-bye for now.
Transfer complete.